Robert Roberts, footballer, born 1864. Robert Bob Roberts, July 1864 – 15 March 1932, was a Welsh professional footballer who played at wing-half for several clubs, spending most of his career with Bolton Wanderers in the English Football League. He made a total of 10 appearances for Wales. Playing career: Roberts was born at Penicky near Wrexham, and, on leaving school, obtained employment in a terracotta works. He joined Druids, based in the neighbouring village of Rowabon, as an amateur in 1882 and helped them reach the fifth-round last eight of the FA Cup in 1883. Roberts replaced Jack Powell in the third-round replay against Bolton Wanderers and retained his place for the quarter-final match, losing 4-1 to eventual winners Blackburn Olympic. Druids also had a long run in the Welsh Cup, reaching the final for the fifth year out of the six since the competition was inaugurated in 1877. Roberts played in the final on 21 April 1883, with Druids losing 1-0 to Wrexham. Druids reached the Welsh Cup final again the following year. The week before the 1884 Welsh Cup final, Roberts was called up for his first appearance for Wales, when he took the place of Jack Powell at right back for the final match of the 1884 British Home Championship against Scotland on 29 March. Although Roberts scored after 7 minutes, Scotland equalised midway through the first half and ran out 4-1 winners to claim the trophy with 3 victories. In April 1884, Roberts moved to Lancashire to join Bolton Wanderers in the Football League, where he was reunited with several former Druids players, including Jack Powell and Jackie Vaughan, both of whom had moved to Bolton the previous year. Described as a good athlete and an useful boxer, Roberts had a burly frame and soon became an established member of the Wanderers 11. Roberts scored on his debut in a friendly match against Preston North End and was soon converted to a wing-half. In 1887, Bolton Wanderers were involved in a protracted first-round FA Cup match against Everton. Roberts scored the only goal of the initial match played on 15 October 1887, but the result was declared invalid, as Bolton had fielded an ineligible player, Robert Struthers. There then followed 2 drawn matches with Roberts again scoring in the first, before Everton won. The second replay the fourth match altogether 2-1. This time, however, Everton were disqualified for fielding 2 professional players who had been registered as amateurs, and the match was awarded to Bolton, who were then defeated 9-1 by Preston North End, with Jimmy Ross scoring 6 goals. Bolton were one of the 12 founder members of the Football League, which formed in 1888. Bob Roberts made his league debut on 8 September 1888, playing at wing-half at Pikes Lane, then home of Bolton Wanderers. The opposition were Derby County. Bolton Wanderers lost the match 6-3. His debut league goal was scored on 6 October 1888 at Turf Moor, home of Burnley. Bob Roberts scored Bolton Wanderers' only goal in a 4-1 defeat. In the inaugural Football League season, Roberts was ever present, scoring twice. Bob Roberts was one of 5 Bolton Wanderers players who, in season 1888-89, played in every 22 league game. The other 4, apart from Roberts, were James Brogan, Kenny Davenport, John Milne, and Davy Weir. Bob Roberts played as a full-back 2 appearances in a Bolton Wanderers defense that kept the opposition down to 1 league goal in a match once. Bob Roberts played as a wing-half 20 appearances in a Bolton Wanderers midfield that achieved big 3 league goals or more wins on 5 separate occasions. In 1889, Roberts was described as a very fast man, 120 yards in 13 seconds, a splendid dribbler and difficult to overcome in possession of the ball. One newspaper dubbed him the best halfback in England. Roberts remained at Bolton until March 1892, when he moved to Preston North End, where he played 5 league matches at the end of the 1891-92 season. Later that year, he dropped down to the second division, spending 1 season with Lincoln City before retiring. Later career. On completing his playing career, Roberts was briefly trainer to Leicester Fosse before returning to settle in the Wrexham area. Towards the end of his life, he lived in the almshouses at Rowabon, where he was known as Bob Bolton. The walls of his room were said to be covered in photographs of Bolton, Preston, and Wales, leaving little room for anything else. International appearances. Roberts made 9 appearances for Wales in official international matches, as follows. In addition, he appeared in the second match played against a visiting Canadian Roman 11 in 1891. Honors. Druids Welsh Cup finalist 1883-1884. References